decreasing marginal product of labor with an addition of each worker regardless of the current level of output. Average total cost will be answer the question. Can you?
Still figuring it out.
Okay, thinking. Paulo, Isaac, Mary.
D.
I heard D. Anyone else? Fike? Fike?
I'm not sure. I'm a little bit confused, but I think it will be rising.
You said rising. I heard A as well.
But I'm not sure about that. That's just a guess.
It's okay. This is our class, and I will love class participation. So whether you are wrong, whether you are correct, please do participate. There is no negative marking for that. Marilyn, Miria, Subhan, Sunho.
I think D.
B.
I think also
D. Okay, let's see your answer here. D, right? So remember one thing. Every total cost curve, whether we have a rising all points, falling all points, constant, whatsoever, if the answer is given a U shape, please pick that one. Why? Because every total cost is always U-shaped curve. Right? You can be shaky on these points, but you can never be shaky on the option D. Right? And this is the marginal product, not the marginal cost. Right? The question says about marginal product, but asking about you from total cost perspective. So this is the case where you need to, look beyond, or look out of the box, that this question has no relevance with the with what we have asked, right? So answer is always here because we have no relation. We see no relation here. Plus, the strong evidence is always the characteristic, that is average total cost is U-shaped curve. So now average fixed cost will be is it constant? Dijodi? Faik, Osama, Subhan, Miria?
I say A.
A, sir.
Average fixed cost.
Yeah, it's
B.
Oh, B. Yeah, B.
Right?
Yeah, fine.
A, if U-shaped nodes, constant nodes, rising node, answer would be And now marginal cost would be
A.
A.
Rise. Offense.
A.
Rising.
is it obvious?
A.
It is obvious because its shape is like this. A little bit hockey type stuff here, but it's always increasing. Well done. And now let's talk about, so up till now what we have discussed, we didn't talk about these are the shapes in short run and these are the shapes in long run, right? We just talk about the general concept. Now let's talk about the concept of short run and long run. So for many firms, the division of total cost between fixed and variable cost depends on the time horizon. So short run cost can be fixed cost. For example, rent, right? Can be fixed, right? I mean, if you see in short term means approximately a year or less than a year. Long run means greater than 1 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 10 year, whatsoever, right? If you see the rent in 1 year, it is fixed. But if you see rent in 2 years time period, for example, in Shanghai, if you rent an apartment, independent apartment, it will cost you from 4,000 yuan, right? For example, 4,000 yuan. Whole year you have to pay 4,000. It looks fixed, right? But if you see the 2 years, so first year it is 4,000. Second year it is 4,400. So it doesn't remain fixed, right? So in the long run, all fixed costs become variable costs. So now our scenario is totally changed. Because in 1 year, costs behave in a fixed manner, yes. But in long run, all costs are now behaving in a fashion like a variable cost. For example, our salaries as well. 1 year salary is 20,000, but after 1 year it's increased by 10%. Now it's 22,000. Next year, third year, it is again now close to 25,000. So if you see in 3 years span, it is increasing. So we say that salaries are variable, but in 1 year, salaries are fixed. You understand my point, right? So because many costs are fixed in short run, but variable in long run, a firm long run cost curve differs from its short run. So till now we have discussed the short run scenario. Its average total cost is U-shaped, average fixed cost is decreasing. So in long run, there is no concept of fixed cost because all fixed costs are behaving in variable cost fashion or variable fashion. Understand? If you understand, then please answer this concept checker. I'm going to I'm going to read which of these assumptions is often realistic for a firm in the short run. Let me know. Giving you 5 minutes to read and think. Everyone.
C.
I think C also.
Okay, David and Sunho say C. Miria, Marilyn,
I say C.
okay.
I also think C.
Asana
Yeah,
says
C.
C, Marlon says C. Everyone says C, right? Pinyo,
Yeah, C.
right? Because in short run, you cannot vary the size of the factory. It takes normally more than a year. Why? Because you need to buy land or buy more plant and machinery, just like that. So size of the factory is variable in long run. But yes, you can hire workers. You can have a double shift, triple shift, right? Well done, guys. And now economies and diseconomies of scale. You heard that word before. Let's talk about this. Economies of scale refer to the property whereby long run average total cost falls as quantity of output increases. Right? So let me give you the idea here. So what is the average total cost? It's the U-shaped curve, right? So this is the short run average total cost. So if this is a long run as well, long run average total cost, long run average total cost. So if in the long run you are staying here, okay, let me put away all the controls here. So if you are managing yourself to stay here in this area, it means you produce more quantity, your average total cost, which is long run average total cost decreasing. We call this economies of scale. It means your long run average total cost looks like this. That's it. Not this half. Why? Because you've never experienced this one. Why? Because when you produce more, it starts rising, and this is called the diseconomies of scale. It is a property where long run average total cost rises if you are here as quantity increases. And what is constant return to scale? If you manage to stay here, so your average total cost looks like this, the bottom of long run U-shaped curve. It is referred to a property whereby long run average total cost stays the same whether you increase the output or not, right? Even if you increase the output, cost remains the same. See, from here, you are increasing the quantity, cost remains long run, cost remains same. So let's talk about this. Okay, here we go. You have a short run average total cost. So you'll produce here because this gives you efficient scale. So this is the next year average total cost.